Hello, everyone. Today I have a special guest with us. Her name is Hannah with Super B. I'm super grateful to have her. Super B, super grateful. I'm super happy to have her. Grateful for her time to come on our show to tell our listeners and us about the journey in terms of the business being launched, where she is today, where she's going to be in the future. And Hannah, are you ready for the top 10 with Tony?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show. So let's just start with the famous opening. What is your one word open that you're currently you're feeling right now?
I'd say focused.
Focus. I love it. I love it. Perfect. So just going right into question number two. How did you get your business started? How did you get into this business with Super P?
So I had another product before this called Musicoo, and it was a consumer application for more like a sort of a pre-SoundCloud kind of thing for
Hmm.
musicians. And I learned a lot in that business, but music is a difficult business. So I wanted to apply those learnings to software as a service. And we had a bunch of customers, and we wanted to, use a great customer support software that we couldn't find. So it was kind of like a natural transition to customer support and software as a service.
Awesome. And I can't wait to hear more about Super B as well as we get into it a little bit more. So tell us about your biggest win and what you learned from it. I would love to hear that.
I'd say consistently, I've been amazed by just how much you can win by updating your prices regularly.
Hmm.
So I'd say that's been sort of our biggest win, apart from, of course, learning to build better software and understanding user feedback and things like that. Because as you launch, you always like tend to underprice your software, and then it grows, but you forget to like change prices. I think I like somebody said it's like every 6 months to 8 months you got to revisit it.
That's really great. Thanks for sharing that with us. And what about your biggest failures? What would you say is your one of your biggest or top failures? I don't know, we don't like to talk about failure, but it's there. So I'd love to hear what that was and what you learned from it.
So I think it's related. It's related to pricing. It's not like looking at pricing early enough. But I think the bigger learning from that was, let's say you start with an assumption. We start with an assumption that we should price based on the ticket volume and not the number of agents, and we'd make probably 30% lesser money. But we can think of it as a marketing cost with a different model. We never verified that assumption for a long time. So I'd say the biggest failure really was in not validating my assumptions often enough.
Understood. Got it. And what would you say is your biggest expense in your business today?
I'd say probably like most people, it's people, it's the team. Yeah.
Wow, that's a common one. Human capital, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah, I
invest
think
in our
so. Like
people.
software industry, yeah. There's really the hardware expenses are pretty much like a small fraction of that, yeah.
Excellent. And what's your favorite online business tool?
So right now our team uses quite extensively Notion, and we are pretty happy with it. So it's something that we have started using for project management, for documentation. So it's sort of like this kind of like a work home. Yeah.
Understood. Got it. And what's your favorite way or your best way of acquiring new clients for a SaaS company?
I'd say content.
Hmm.
I hope in a few years from now I can say reaching out to the right prospects and letting them know about our product, but we haven't been very successful at it. We have been very successful at acquiring them through great content, and writing about our ideas, about philosophy, things like that.
Awesome. And now, is there a question that my listeners you feel that's appropriate for our listeners to hear? Like, so is there in other words, is there a question that I'm not asking that I should be asking, Hannah?
No, I think it's going well so far.
Excellent. Just want to put, I always ask because people go, I forgot I should say this thing. I had a partner early on, but this is good. This is really good. So, as we're coming to a close here, tell our listeners how they could reach out to you and get a hold of you, whether if you like to share, however is your best method of communication to, what your website is and your email address or your Twitter handle, whatever is your preferred method of communication, please do share that with us so we know how to get a hold of you and find out more about SuperBee.
So I'd say the easiest way is
Support
Twitter.
B. Sorry,
Yeah,
support B. I keep saying
support me. Yeah,
super.
it's fine. Don't worry about
Support
it.
B.
Yeah. That's okay. It's support B, yeah. And Twitter, I'm una más Hana. That's sort of the grammatically incorrect way of saying one more Hana in Spanish. And yeah, I definitely love hearing from people. I'm very passionate about hearing from other smart women, gender queer folks, transgender people. I'm transgender myself. So I think one of the things that drives me and my company is to create more opportunities for women, for other folks. So if you're an entrepreneur, you need help, you just want to chat with somebody, you feel like there isn't enough of us, which is true, out there in the tech world, I'm very happy to chat with anybody.
Excellent. Thank you very much for allowing our listeners to reach out to you as needed. And let's bring it to a close. So, what is your one word close that you're feeling right now before we sign off?
I'd say be ambitious. So it's two word, I guess, ambitious.
Ambitious. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, folks, there you go. There's Hannah with Support Bee. Thank you very much for your time. I'm grateful, and thanks for letting us know more about who you are and what you're all about and what you're up to. So, till next time, thank you very much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.